Hi, this is Michael Rony Mullick, and you're watching the pre-market show. So, again, today is a major midday in the US. So, they're expecting the US inflation data at 6 p.m. today evening. So, that is something to look into. And talking about today's uh, the market opening levels, it looks very bearish. Currently, the SGX Nifty is trading almost at a significant negative. It is down by almost 250 points, and the US markets yesterday sold off towards the second half, and because obviously they are expecting the inflation data, and since the inflation data is going to be announced at 6 p.m. and US markets open at 7 p.m. Indian Standard Time, so people would not like to carry their positions, and that is why they have exited all their positions yesterday in the second half. Maybe they can reinitiate the positions today, but there was a major risk, overnight risk carrying that position. So that is why people must have exited their positions, and that caused a huge, a downward movement in the US stocks. So let us look at the markets right now. If we have the charts of SGX open, so Singapore Nifty yesterday, it touched a low of 16,203. Right now it is slightly up from there, but it is still significantly down at 236 points negative, or 1.43 percentage, indicating an opening of 16,237, which is a major gap down if you consider yesterday's rally where the markets ended at 16,480 in India. So that is again going to have a very bearish impact in the market, such a gap down opening, and this was expected. So US markets, if you look at S&P 500 down 2.38 percentage, you can see that there was a continuous sell-off after 12 o'clock Indian Standard Time, and the markets ended at the day's low. Nasdaq even more severe, 2.74 percentage down Nasdaq, and Dow Jones is down by almost 1.94 percentage, or 600 points down by Dow Jones. So all the US major indices are very strongly in the red, and that indicates a very negative opening. And not only this, we have also talked about the inflation data of China to be released, and it is already out. We can see the Chinese inflation data came at 2.1 percentage, where the forecast was of 2 percentage. So this is slightly above the forecast, and the Chinese market have not been taking this lightly, and all the Asian markets are down. So to be specific, the Chinese market is down the most. It is down by 1.93 percentage right now as we speak. So things look very bad over there. Other than that, since the Chinese market are down, all these other markets around it are also down. The Japanese market is down 1.4 percentage. The Hang Seng Hong Kong markets are down 0.5 percentage. Korean markets are also down 1.2 percentage. So that in totality, all the Asian markets are significantly trading in the red today. So that is again adding to the bearishness in SGX Nifty. So we can expect a major gap down. And one more important thing is the US VIX. After the US markets fell yesterday, the US VIX shot up almost 9 percentage, which is something significant, especially after the VIX was falling continuously from 25th of May, if you can see the charts. And yesterday, there was a huge green candle indicating the VIX shooting up. So that is obviously not a good sign, because on other days we were seeing that the markets were falling, but the VIX was also coming down along with it. But yesterday the markets fell in the US, and the VIX shot up drastically. So that is again going to cause a lot of panic in the markets. Coming to India VIX, we had India VIX again fell yesterday by 3.5 percentage, ending at 19.14. But today, after this kind of movement in the US market, we can easily expect the VIX to shoot up 5 to 10% easily in the markets. So be prepared for a very volatile ride today. Talking about the sectors, the crude oil prices are still at 121, close to 121, 120.78 currently. So this will be helping Reliance to stabilize or move upward, because that is the only stock that can help the markets right now. So Reliance, we have seen yesterday it was up by 2.74 percentage, and so a very strong candle green candle, and it contributed almost 50% to Nifty's rally yesterday. But today, yesterday it was the Nifty was helped by IT, it was helped by banking. But today the IT index can underperform because Nasdaq is 2.74% down. So that means the IT index will be already in a selling mode right from the beginning. So that is something to look into. Banking stocks will also be in focus because the US inflation data that will be impacting the banking stocks the most. So banking stocks will also be underperforming today. So that leaves us with only Reliance. And can we rely on Reliance is the main question right now. But as of now, things look very, very bearish. So talking about levels in Nifty, since the market is indicating around 16,230 to 240 as an opening. So we had seen that yesterday the market took resistance, took support near 16,240 to 250 zone. But let us see if that holds today, because the markets will exactly open that at that point. And we have to see if the market can recover from there based on some buying from the people. But other than that, if that is broken, we can expect the next support to come around 16,140 levels. If that is broken, the all important 16,000 can get tested easily, very, very easily. And on the upside, we see that 16,400 will act again as a major resistance level, and on the upside 16,500 can take a resistance. And in the middle, 16,350 where the markets have taken support for the last couple of days can also act as an immediate resistance level, and the market opens below that. So, and coming to Bank Nifty 34,800 was a major support level, but since the markets are indicating more than 200 points gap down, so that means the Bank Nifty can easily gap down by 400 to 500 points, which indicates the markets can open around 34,500, 34,600 levels. So 34,500 is actually a good support zone for Bank Nifty. If that is broken, markets can go down towards 34,000, which is again a round figure support. And on the upside, 34,800 will act as a resistance, and if that is broken, 35,000 will be acting as a resistance in Bank Nifty. So these are the major levels that you can watch out. But again, as yesterday's show, I gave you the caution, please don't carry positions. You can see the US markets, people did not carry positions. They have sold off everything towards the last 2 hours, and they will be waiting for the data, and if that is good or bad, based on that they will be either recreating positions or creating new shorts in the market. So I suppose you should also exercise such kind of caution, because in India our markets will already be closed by the time it is announced, and the only time you'll get to adjust your position is Monday at 9:15. So there's a major weekend risk ahead, so it is advisable to carry very light positions, or to stay away from the markets completely with squaring off all the positions would be the best bet, because you can always recreate positions on Monday, and it is not worth losing 2 days of sleep, because the weekend you can't do anything, you can just stare at the screens and nothing else can be done. So it's always good to, whenever there is a danger, it is always good to avoid it. So this is my advice. Now it is up to you and your experience to follow it or not. And so I'll end my pre-market show here. I'll be back with the US inflation data, which will be released, and also what happened in the markets, how it is reacting to them. So all those things will be discussed tonight's post-market show at 11:15 p.m. at night. So that is all for now. Thank you for watching.